Senator Bernie Sanders back in the news, not running for anything except he's got an idea to expand Medicare to everyone. Medicare for all, healthcare for you, and healthcare for you. And he's got 15 senators lined up to support him, including some of our local senators, Senator Cory Booker and Kirsten Gillibrand. For the full story, Ashley Johnson.
Vermont Senator and former presidential candidate Bernie Sanders introduced a bill Wednesday that would revolutionize America's healthcare system by expanding Medicare into a universal health insurance program.
Today, we begin the long and difficult struggle to end the international disgrace of the United States, our great nation, being the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all of our people.
So far, it's received the backing of at least 15 Democrats. The public system would be paid for by higher income taxes. Under Sanders' plan, everything from surgery to eye care would be covered with no copays. Anyone under the age of 18, including newborns, would receive a universal Medicare card. People would be phased into the program over 4 years. Officials say the details are still being worked out. Private insurers would still exist for people wanting elective surgeries. Doctors would be paid by the government. Several Republicans have attacked Sanders' bill. Wyoming Senator John Barrasso, who is a physician, said the bill is the litmus test for the liberal left and that Americans would reject an estimated $32 trillion bill for universal coverage. With Chasing News, I'm Ashley Johnson.
Thank you, Ashley. All right, I want to bring back our panel, and I want to ask you guys, you're all political strategists. Andre, Justin, Jeanette, is this dead on arrival? Jeanette?
Oh, absolutely. There's no way this is getting through Congress or having the president sign it. However, it's a great bumper sticker for the Democrats. Everybody gets health care, everybody gets a pony, but in reality, it just costs way too much. Bernie Sanders, they tried this in Vermont. It would double people's taxes. So
Andre, what do you think about this? I mean, in terms, is this just strategizing for the 2018 midterms? I mean, traditionally, the party who's in power in the White House loses seats in the midterm elections.
Right. I mean, this is what they would call a close to midterm litmus test for the Democrats. So we're going to start to see like the two sides divide more. We're going to have the more moderate side, and then we're going to have the more left-leaning liberal side. As you can see, Cory Booker already jumped out, is one of the co-sponsors on this. And, you know, it all depends on, as we move closer to 2020, we can kind of see that the presidential election has already started.
Oh, Justin, what do you think? I mean, should everybody get a pony?
Well, I just want to address one thing that Jeanette said. You said the president will absolutely not sign this, and I sort of agree. But to answer your question, Bill, I don't know. And maybe that's okay. Maybe it's okay to introduce bills and to introduce ideas and just start the conversation.
But
maybe not everything's
as
on
Democrats, though, let me ask you, as Democrats, clearly the cost issue is not being addressed with this. It's never really been addressed. Right. I mean, you go back 25 years, the Democrats have been pushing some kind of universal health care. Go back to Hillary Care in 1992. So the question is, why this fantasy that every time they push it, they get rejected at the ballot box?
Right. One thing that's not being covered or not being mentioned is the 2/3 of all bankruptcies that are occurred by healthcare costs. And if this has any help towards that, if this does anything to help that, maybe it's worth the conversation. I do not say
doesn't that make the point? They're not addressing costs.
Well, yeah, they're not addressing costs. And I would agree with Justin that something needs to be done. But the problem I have with the liberal Democrats like Bernie Sanders is that they promise everything. And it's really a false promise because Medicare isn't going to cover everything. It's going to double and triple your taxes, and then government's going to be in charge of your health care.
Isn't this what people hate about politics, though? They just throw out these ideas. Everybody knows with the Democrats in the minority, with a Republican president, you're not going to get this in this form passed.
I think what people hate about politics is non-action. And at least Bernie Sanders is picking up the torch on this and trying to get some movement down the road.
All right, guys, everyone gets a pony. Somebody's got to pay for that pony. We'll leave it right there.